Why did Ben reveal Haverford's true intentions? Ben had to put himself back on the grid so that Tal could use Haverford's VPN and determine his whereabouts in order to track him down. Tal had everything she needed to use her sophisticated hacking talents to track down Haverford, who she knew would be tracking the attack on Ben, and obtain the information that revealed Haverford to be an American traitor. To make sure Haverford was still pursuing the attackers for the entire time, Ben had to repel the armed attackers for 15 minutes while maintaining the firefight. Tal would not have been watching battle that was already over, thus he would have missed Haverford's signal if Ben had attacked too soon or too forcefully. Artem and Cyrus, two important figures in the Iranian nuclear negotiations with Haverford, are eliminated by Landry and Mo. In Dark Wolf Episode 6, Cyrus and Haverford plan to give Iranian Prime Minister Yousef Saed real nuclear bearings. Artem served as the Quds Force's banker and intermediary. As the police sirens begin to sound, Ben checkmates Haverford by placing a file of evidence on the table. Tal has evidence that Haverford organized the Quds Force attack on Ben and his group in Germany that almost killed Mo, and he had access to Haverford's traitorous communications with Iran. Furthermore, Haverford acknowledges that he hired the killer who planted the car bomb on Ben's vehicle. Eliza's blood is on Haverford's hands, but Ben was the intended victim. In order to prevent Haverford from receiving a star at the CIA headquarters in Langley, Ben spares his life. Behind jail, he will live out the rest of his days ashamed and regretful. What happens to Ben after the final showdown? Ben heads to the CIA director after leaving Haverford to be arrested. By delivering a parcel to Eliza's daughter at a restaurant, containing her bracelet and the poetry book Eliza had purchased for her, he manages to escape the vicious face-off and takes a silent but moving step toward closure. Hank Dashna approaches Ben at the end of episode 7 and offers him the opportunity to formally work for the agency. Ben first declines because he just wants to avoid becoming involved. He is strapped to a polygraph test at Langley at the end of the finale, however, indicating a change as he starts the process of becoming an operative. Even though Ben's path to become a CIA agent is eventually cleared in the Season 1 finale, a number of plot points are purposefully left open. The audience never really sees Hastings again after he vanishes in Episode 6 and reappears for a brief moment in the finale. Furthermore, the deeper motivations for his eventual betrayal of James Reese in the terminal list are left unexplored because the film's conclusion provides little explanation for why he turned against the very brotherhood he had once admired and passionately supported. The terminal list, Dark Wolf's conclusion strongly implies that the show's creators are setting the stage for a possible Season 2, something they have been rather open about, Collider. There is a lot of space for potential future plots and unresolved issues given Ben's new position inside the CIA. Why Ben betrayed Reese? The Dark Wolf Season 1 finale provides more information on Ben's mental state and the beliefs that influenced his decision to betray Reese, even though we still don't have a lot more information about why he did so in the terminal list. It's possible that Ben's encounter with Haverford will lead to unanticipated long-term consequences. Given that Ben sold out his allies for hush money, the ultimate betrayal is made all the more devastating by the knowledge that Reese and a few Alpha members truly went out of their way to save Ben's life. You would think that with Reese and Boozer standing over Ben's injured body, all of the loyalty Ben advocated would be permanently cemented, but this was not the case. Ben's largest internal battle is revealed in the Dark Wolf Season 1 finale when he makes statements about blood and brotherhood. He wants to remain a member of the noble squadron he was once a part of, but his superiors no longer believe he is capable of doing so. In the series opener, Ben lost his bird, which served as the catalyst for his eventual demise. Since there is still a significant difference between his character at the end of Dark Wolf Season 1 and his character in the terminal list, there is still a lot more to discover about him. It turns out that Rafe's worries about the fire burning inside Ben are accurate, and it will probably continue to affect his character far into a potential Season 2. Dasher wants Ben to join the CIA's ground branch, thus their reunion in Season 2 could pave the way for the terminal list, Dark Wolf to become another fantastic action series.